Hey guys, I'm the Pickled Narwhal. Welcome back to Outer Worlds. So we made it to Stellar Bay. Don't mind her. And we're gonna see what's going on here. So I know one thing we have to do here is find the missing passcode, and then for the main stuff, talk to Nyoka. And deal with whatever else people need here. Oh, I didn't know this was the lift. Okay. Hello.
Hey, hold on there. I gotta sign you in.
Vending machine. Oh, hello.
I don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right?
Whatever. I'm not here for chit chat. You say surprise. Well, that is my ship on the landing pad right next to you.
I knew it. See, I made what you call a logical deduction. You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in.
Oh, logical
There's only
deduction.
3 of them these days.
Alright.
Still, they tend to scare folk off.
Okay, what are they doing out there? Takes more than a few gunships to scare me. God Christ. Alright, what are they doing?
You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-road traffic. Us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna and halcyon. Please state your name for the records.
Pickle. Oh my god. Captain Pickle.
Well, there's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own
I'm
entry
so
code.
sick of having
You're
allergies.
not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here.
Sanjar.
Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill.
Yeah, I see your big mess. Alright, is Stellar Bay really that isolated? You're not what I expected to find on Monarch. I'm gonna have a look around town. Let's see, is it really that isolated?
We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago.
Okay. You're not what I expected to find on Monarch.
Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly.
Mostly. Okay, cool. Are you saying the board's been lying about this place?
Oh, sure. It makes Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell.
Ah, the nostalgic stench of home. Can't say I miss the day-to-day of living in Edgewater.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head, though.
Okay. So I'm gonna have a look around then.
Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming you? Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe
He's
you
like,
could do me a
can
favor.
you give me 5 stars? You wanna leave a tip? What is it?
I got this Rizzo's Rangers Coswell poster coming in on the next sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in?
Who's the black hole?
That's Bertie Holcomb, only one of the greatest tossball hackers ever.
I wonder if he's kin. Dad had family that worked for Rizzo's. I never got to meet them.
Oh yeah, because the last name.
Everyone's heard of him, even on Monarch. We still get some of the games. You've been living in a sulfur pit or something?
Yeah, here we go. Actually, I've been in hibernation for decades.
Oh, you're real funny. Guess I don't feel so bad for missing what goes
I
on
love
in
that, like,
the rest
nobody
of Stellar
believes
Bay.
me, like, at all. Everyone's like, oh, that's pretty funny, hee hee hee, but, oh, this poster sounds pretty valuable.
I couldn't really say, I'm just a fan of the game. But the fancy collector types say the more people see these things, the less valuable they are. And I figure my poster's been passed around by more than a few people by now.
Well, most likely. Yeah, I can ask about it.
Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
Alright, like, hey yo, lady, give me that poster. Going ahead and buying these. Level 15. Isn't there a way to, yeah, there you go, compare. I'm pressing the button and it's not doing it. Please, can you compare to what I have? I mean, I could technically buy these for me and Parvati and then just leave Vicar and Blue. So let's see. Level 11, armor 9. Level 11, armor 9. And then I'm in 12, 19. I mean, if we could dye armor, I could get it for them, or for him, and change the color, but it's fine. I can wait. Okay, so we're here to talk to Nyoka and then deal with everything else. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and start her stuff. The Yacht Club vendor. There she is.
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood, so it's sliding all over the place, trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud.
Keep listening.
But I gotta get in there, get right in that baby wrapped stomach and dig it out.
Bless you,
so
baby.
much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn wrapped out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from around here. Who are you?
She's like, a new person, or she's like, Pickle, are you always this drunk?
If you think this is drunk, I gotta, you need to get out more.
That's funny.
Sit, partake, buy me a drink and let's chat.
Sure, another round, bartender. I'll stay and chat, but you look like you've had enough. I'm told you can get me to an information broker. Yes, great, another round!
Outstanding!
You have lost bit cartridge times 2. Oh, it's cheap.
What are you doing in Stellar Bay, stranger?
I'm here for you. Vacation. I'm told you can help me find an information broker. Just seeing what it's like, people talk it up like it's a shithole. What do they do? Was it vacation?
Oof. Some hell you've chosen. You must really love fish.
No, not really. Allergic, actually. I was kidding. I was told you can help me. I was told you can help me find an information broker. I want to say allergic.
That is a fucking shame.
That's so funny. Yeah, listen. I'm told you can help me find it. So either way, you can say that I'm here for you.
Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats? Let's talk business.
Brass tacks.
I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? You have to get me something to clear my head.
Okay. Sure, what do you need? I'm not in the mood to fetch things. How much time do you need? I don't need an escort. Just tell me how to get to Devil's Peak. Let's see, yeah, what do you need?
Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, well, I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine somethings? Pills. They're very
She said, I
good.
need some pills.
I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways. Fetch me one and we'll be all set.
Oh, I don't know what she was doing back there. Look at that! Medical 25. You mean caffeinoid? That stuff's just a stimulant. Steroid or caffeine something, so you don't even know what you're taking. And if I can't get a steroid or caffeine something or other, let's use medical.
Well, they work. We got a deal or what?
Medical. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, so I ended up having to walk away, mid-recording. So anyways, I got a level up and I already did it, so let's go ahead and talk to this guy.
Well. Isn't often we see new folk in Stellar Bay. First drink's on me, stranger.
Okay.
Enjoy. If you plan on sitting through Nyoka's stories,
brew.
you might could use a few.
I could use a few and telling them myself.
Now what can I do for you?
How well do you know Nyoka?
Anyone who spends any amount of time in this bar is bound to get to know Nyoka.
I'm sure that I'm loud enough.
On account of her being here so often herself. And I don't mean that unkindly. Anyone who's rid us of as many beasts as you have is entitled to a few drinks. Something else I can do for you?
You said you're not used to seeing new faces around here.
Not since Amber Heights. These days we have more leaving than coming. Off to join the iconoclasts or some such.
Not common to play, yes. What happened to Amber Heights?
Bunch of marauders broke into the executive compound, slaughtered everyone. Corporations pulled out of Monarch
no.
not long after. I thought everyone knew. But then that was 10 years ago.
I've been recording
Still
with
feels
like my
fresh to
chair at
us
like
every
the
time we
max
look at
height,
our
and now I feel
walls,
like I'm
though.
too short or too tall because I'm having to like look down even further at the words. So why is this place called the Yacht Club?
But it had a fancy ring to it. Name's the first advertising anyone sees, after all.
Not spazzing out back there. Are there any yachts in Stellar Bay?
Nope. But a man can dream.
Okay, so we can leave now, and then we can go upstairs. You're not important. You're not important. You are.
New face, huh?
Yeah, the way that he turned around.
You from Offworld?
New face, huh? Yeah, what's it to you?
Nothing at all. Just like to be friendly like with newcomers. It's the MSI way.
Why would you want to do that?
Isn't so often we get new faces around town. Plus, we've cause for celebration today. Why don't you grab a chair?
We've
sit
cause
a
for
spell and revel
celebration.
with us?
By the smell, he's been reveling enough for you both already.
Yeah.
Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands. We're untethered, free of responsibility and worldly
Untethered.
cares. Well, as long as we don't run out of bits. But until the windfall's gone, we're riding high. See, we just walked out on our work. Had enough, we did. So now we're striking.
Okay. What could be so bad it made you walk off the job?
It ain't any one thing but the sum of it all, having to work longer shifts for less bits. And the wages we do earn don't cover as much as they used to. Our supervisor Velma goes on and on about quarterly profits and meeting quotas. But that ain't what Sanjar promised us. Velma refuses to negotiate, so we're refusing to work. We won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us
Okay.
on Monarch. We're free from the board, you know? We have the right to lobby for better hours and pay.
I happen to be pretty good with negotiations.
I wouldn't doubt it. You look like the type who tends to come out on top. Not like us cogs.
I'm
Trying
glad
to be the
that I look
squeaky
that
wheel,
way.
but just getting deadlocked. It's been days, but Velma won't even hear us out. Maybe you could just make her listen to our demands.
Sure.
You would do that? We sure are lucky you decided to come up to the patio
I'll
today.
do my best.
I knew drinking up here would be good for more than the view.
Okay, so we need to talk about Velma.
Sure thing. What did you want to discuss?
Damn. How long can you afford to miss work?
Not forever, but we've each saved up our bits, and I stashed them safe in my home by the diner. I reckon we could last a week or two at least.
Okay. Any suggestions for how to put pressure on Velma to negotiate?
If I knew that, I'd have tried it. Talking reasonably got me nowhere. Maybe you'll fare better. The others wanted to blackmail her, but we're above that. Besides, them are just rumors. We got no proof they're true.
Okay, what is this?
I would never endorse such an untoward tactic, you know, but, well...
Untoward
there's
tactic.
rumors that Velma's taking a cut off the profits. So far, it's just gossip, you know? But if there was any proof to be had, it'd be in the Saltuna warehouse, I reckon.
Uh-huh. The Saltuna warehouse. Okay. Ooh. Boar's beans. Okay, I'll be good and I won't steal. Let's see, but I will go this way. Oh hey. Nyoka Bartok bingo sheet. Several phrases have been marked off. Right between the eyes, there were 4 of them. That raft was this big. Took it down with one shot. Buy me a drink. Okay, ooh.
I'll keep quiet.
Hold on, hold on. Okay. Vending machine. Okay, so we can go. Oh yeah, she wants her pills. So let's see. Look at the map. So that's the pills. The Velma is wherever. And then the one guy with his what's it called? Yeah, this. Let's go do that. Check with Celia. What's this? Oh, right, the main person. Oh, okay.
Get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir.
Okay. Hey.
Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today?
Grim asked me to check with you about his tossball poster.
You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse.
Okay.
But I'll warn you, Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago.
Well, I mean, I would too. I'd be like, hey, I'm expecting something. When am I gonna get that?
Or is he not paying you on account of how he tried to fix the thing his own self and busted it even worse, and then said you wasn't fixing it fast
that's
enough,
why they're having
so
money
he's docking your
problems.
wages again? Not that I got any prior experience with such.
Not at all.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid.
Whoa, do you normally blow your money on Raptidon parts?
Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really.
Oh yeah? Why are you buying so much from Sebastian? If you've got that many bits to spend, then I've got some trash to sell you.
So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else.
I reckon she's got a little bit of a squish on this fella.
He's sort of the strong, silent type. Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
Then sell it. Just ask him on a date.
I couldn't. What if he says no? Hey, maybe you could ask him for me. I mean, a no would still be bad, but it won't be quite as embarrassing if you ask. Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work.
Okay. I'm curious, what do you see in Sebastian?
He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about. Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
He doesn't skip leg day, huh? You really want to be with someone you can't talk to?
You think that's what I'm looking for? You're funny.
Okay. That's all I need to know.
Sorry, sometimes I get carried away.
I like her hair. I'll talk to you later. Alright, hey,
Well,
Sanjar.
new business turns up at last.
Oh, he has more detail to his face.
Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
Okay, that's very generous of you.
Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Noted.
But not
Okay.
so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you?
A good
Rizos,
bargain.
perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself?
No, neither. I'm just looking for the information broker.
Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate. But if you're here for him, I suppose that means you aren't here for Saltuna.
No. Hey, it could always be both, afraid not. If I have to eat one more weird science project passed off as food in this sprat-fucked colony, I'm going to stab someone. Just tell me how to find the broker so I can get out of here. Afraid not.
Oh, shame. I'd been saving a bottle of iceberg-aged whiskey for an occasion like this.
Seems like you're having a rough time, Mr. Sanjar. Are you doing quite all right?
Oh, don't worry on my account. This is merely the latest in a long line of professional erotic and athletic disappointments. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
Okay, what exactly are you hoping to accomplish? If you're free of the other corporations, why would you want to bring them back? It sounds like a personal problem. I've got other concerns. Yeah, why would you want to bring them back?
Surviving alone isn't as easy as it looks. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
Okay. And you're tired of scrounging and scraping by, is that it? Sounds like you're freer than anyone else in Halcyon. Why not embrace it? Yeah.
You talk like Graham.
Freedom always sounds nice, doesn't it? It makes a rather pretty slogan. But if you sit down and tally up the costs, how you provide for yourself in the absence of aid, how you protect yourself from a hostile galaxy, it starts to lose its shine.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Intellectualism fuels the train to mankind's future, but the tracks the train runs on are forged from practicality.
Mr. Vicar, I don't want to be rude, but I don't think that means anything.
Yes, it's as though the good vicar has plucked the very
think that
words
means
from my
anything.
brain.
You make a good point. So what do you mean to do about it?
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious
That's
plan
funny.
to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
But will that help the people here, Mr. Sanjar? Keep them fed and safe?
That's precisely what I'm trying to do.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
Okay. This lady knows what's going on. Enough preamble. What's the plan? And I say, this lady knows what's going on.
It's true, our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager.
Our
At any other
Celia.
company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
Fine, but how do you mean to do that? How long did it take you to figure that you need to defend your city?
Not long, but the devil is always in the details.
Uh-huh.
And the salient detail here is a Bolt 52 cartridge. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting
into the
Bolt
arms building.
52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Okay, it sounds useful. What is it? I don't want...
Why,
about
one of
the
the
board.
strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
It's a... Is it a gun? Where do I find one? Once you have the Bolt 52, what's the other part of your plan? Yeah, what's the other part?
I'll need to gather some supplemental materials, but I mustn't get ahead of myself.
You do tend to do that.
The Bolt 52 will be in the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in.
Okay.
And these days, it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
Damn it. Then I guess I'll go get your Bolt 52. Dang.
Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some
Optional weaponing
dangerous
terminals.
information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Oh, we will find out what this information is first. Before I go, I need to ask you about something.
What can I do for you?
I don't know. Oh yeah, I met Grim, the landing pad guard.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
It was phenomenal. He did a bang-up job.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
That's funny. I have questions about MSI and the good old days.
Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes.
Okay, how did MSI get kicked off the board in the first place?
I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws.
Okay, do you mean that you initiated your own removal from the board? You're getting ahead of yourself again. This is why you can't trust corporations and their so-called laws. Let's see, you initiated.
Not intentionally, though that's technically true. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. But back then, it was known as Terra 1.
What happened to their corporations? Terra 1 and Terra 2? I see the board put their best people on that one.
As you may have noticed, this planet has more than its share of hazards. And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out.
Okay. That seems wise, but not MSI, right?
Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to.
And how did that work out?
Most regard Monarch as a lost cause, but there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up.
How forward thinking of you. Reforms are for quitters, Sanjar. Yeah.
Nonsense! They're good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even a cursory review of the data bears that out.
I hope you'd treat them nice, whether it was good business or not, Mr. Sanjar. That's what being a community means.
Yeah.
Treating people right, because it's the right thing to do.
Ms. Holcomb is our endlessly optimistic crew hand. It's good for the captain's morale.
A noble thought, Miss Holcomb.
It's good for the
Unfortunately,
captain's morale.
noble thoughts rarely sway board policy. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms.
Okay. I take it your leadership didn't embrace your ideas, using the board's own tools against them. Clever. Who's this us and we you keep talking about? Honestly, like them as a people, so, yeah, let's see.
That's what I thought.
Clever.
But the senior executives laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2 along with everyone else.
Yet, here you are. I hope you gave them the finger.
In a manner of speaking, many of us stayed behind, in an act of quiet but firm defiance. As the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI. I moved forward with our planned reforms, as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages.
Oh, I never paid attention to that. So he renamed the area. That's low, even for them. Why would they do that? You should have known you couldn't oppose them. Yeah, why would they do that?
I don't know.
Because they suck ass,
Everything
that's
we
why.
did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws. I do think there's something useful in a governing
know, man.
body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently.
Okay, why exactly do you want back on the board?
Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all
Next
the
question.
resources and infrastructure in Halcyon.
Without the board, chaos would overtake the system. Working within the established order isn't a principle to snub one's nose at, Captain.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community, and being cut off means slow strangulation.
They've treated you pretty roughly. Is it worth going back to that? I can't fault you for your practicality. It seems to me that anything's better than the corporate yoke. Is that worth going back to?
I'm not a man to put pride before progress. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue. Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship.
Okay. Leverage?
Don't get ahead of yourself, sir.
Yes, it'll be easier to explain once we have the Bolt 52. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations.
Okay, what's the hazard clause?
It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous.
But wait, what happens to the folks stuck on the wrong side of dangerous?
I'm afraid the welfare of a few hundred people is too minor a figure into the board's risk assessments.
Damn. And they've invoked it on Monarch?
Yes, making all of MSI criminals in the board's eyes. Rather hard to run a business that way.
Okay, you don't seem to think much of Graham.
He and his followers call themselves the Iconoclasts. Lawless anarchists, all of them. If anyone on Monarch deserves the reputation the board's pinned on us, it's them.
I will admit, I am keen to meet their leader.
We will
Well,
eventually.
be careful what you wish for. Graham has a habit of ruining everything, and everyone around him.
They sound pretty bad. You've got strong feelings on this matter.
I'm trying to build something here. They only want to destroy things, and they risk ruining Monarch for all of us. It isn't just that they drain our people and resources. Every radical act they commit cements Halcyon's image of us all as destructive rebels, and pushes us further from the rest of the colony. He's lucky the board doesn't take him seriously enough to keep more than a few UDL gunships patrolling Monarch.
An Earth Directorate assault cruiser would change his tune. It's almost a shame we haven't seen one around Monarch in a long while.
Okay, I want to talk about something else.
What can I do for you?
Alright, I've gotta go. I gotta go do these little tasks you guys asked me to do. But we will do that in the next video. I don't want to run over. So anyways, I want to thank everybody so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!